here we go. So, is this
It
still,
seems I
was
was
this
wrong
goldish?
about
I
you,
forget.
Lee.
I thought you'd have
Oh, no,
gotten
I'm
used
bronze.
to the
Bronze,
by
bronze,
now.
okay.
Bronze, silver-ish.
Bronze, silverish, and we're on console, right?
The console.
Okay.
Cherchez la femme.
Okay, perfect.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll say mid to high bronze.
High
So,
bronze, I like it. I like it.
I've seen worse. You're going to live.
Enemies in our orbit. Activating the barrier.
Okay, so you see that? I see that.
Active.
A Roadhog right in front of you using an ability, right?
Oh yeah, it's very subtle. Yeah, I must have missed it.
Okay.
Really.
Okay, he must have missed the big giant Roadhog. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's fine. Okay, so either one of your abilities mess with that, right?
Right.
Okay, so usually we drop an ability into him. No big.
Nem.
Okay. But then you lost your Bastion. Unfortunate. We definitely could have saved our Bastion. We definitely could have saved our Bastion with a nade there, but not a big deal.
I have your back.
Good. We shoot our Mercy to healer as that's happening. Yeah, if we're going to take shots at the Zen, there'll be scope shots.
I'm under attack.
And I don't really want you in front of your whole team. And if you realize that you've sort of drifted in front of your whole team here,
Yeah, I got kind of tunnel vision with the Zen across the way there.
little
Right.
bit. And again, there was plenty of other things to do. I don't mind you taking offensive shots, but you had a Sigma that you could have healed as you were drifting up
Yeah.
here. You had a Bastion that was missing health. Your Diva's down at half health. Like, there's lots of good things you can do that are probably better than taking a ranged battle with Zen or Ana. Oh boy. Ah, okay. So if I'm in this situation,
I'm under attack.
I'm more interested in living than taking down Diva. So I might grenade the floor. I might grenade the wall. Both of these things are going to increase the amount of life I have. If I want to do something to her, it's probably going to be a sleep dart. I'm probably not going to nade her, because if I nade her, I'm not going to get healed by that nade, right?
Right.
If she used boosters and came at me, then I might nade. She might eat it with her DM, but then I might nade because that could hurt her and heal me. But I definitely want some heal value out of this nade while I'm sitting here at less than half health. Okay, so a little too far forward in general there, and we sort of got pulled into the fight.
Gloria all'istruttor.
Group up. Group up with me.
Oh,
Right at here, just a little fluff. Okay, so do I want you on point here?
No, off of the way there.
And
But
I
I
didn't-
was trying. I think I was.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
I was just trying to get momentum to throw the nade. I think.
Sure. You'll get the practice. You'll just aim higher to throw the nade in the future. The nade actually has a pretty predictable arc. You can throw it quite a way before it gives up and explodes. It's a lot easier to throw than like a TNT or an Orisa shield, something like that. Take some practice,
Okay.
certainly, but you generally stay back here. And even back here, though, when you were here, you're here, and maybe that's okay. But is there any reason we can't be like right here?
Not necessarily. No.
Yeah, you've got all the same shots from here. You're good, except you can close to cover way faster if the soldier starts hitting you. If you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
oh, you look tired. The pain.
Okay. The next shot would have generally been to heal our Diva. Okay. I don't really push up into this. I'm glad you hit the sleep, but I don't really push up into this. So here we are. And like, that's a bunch of red things ahead of me, a bunch of enemies ahead of me that I'm perfectly happy to heal my Diva through as best I can, but I see there's at least 3 enemies ahead of me, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So again, I'm just not willing to walk into this. You've now walked into this situation where Well, they adjusted a little bit, but you basically had enemies on 3 different sides of you that you walked into. That's not where we want to be. We wanted to be back here where we could heal our diva and then close the angle. If we wanted to step into her so we could nade her and ourselves at the same time, fine. But we mostly wanted to be back here. We do not want to step in front of our diva. Like, it might feel good to go, I'll get up here and I'll solve this by sleeping someone. But if I want to sleep someone, I can actually sleep through my diva, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Heroes never die.
Time to raise my ACM.
Okay.
take your
We still need
speed isn't everything.
enemy seen. But then,
Get me.
Checked out.
I'm on fire. Keep out of my way.
Hear the hog, hear the hog, hear the hog. Oh boy.
Name.
Right idea. Right reaction once you
Get
get
in
there.
there.
Unfortunate. Totally get why you're worried about her. She's low health and this will heal her and it's easy to aim compared to your regular shots. But didn't you just drive back a bunch of opponents? Like, didn't a bunch of opponents just retreat this way?
Yeah.
So is your Widow actually in any danger?
You mean the cross, the one with the cross, right?
Huh?
The one that's low health.
The Widow, yeah, Navi.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw the low health bar, and I didn't know who else was in her line of sight. So I just wanted to get the
You're
cross
powered
down.
up.
So I
Get
didn't know
in
which enemy was in her line of sight if she was low, and
Okay.
I didn't think anybody was there. I mean, that's my thought at the time.
Yeah, no, I get it. So the thing that you run into is you've now decreased the damage she takes by 50% and increased the damage she does by 50%. My concern is, turns out there is a soldier that can see her. I don't think she's going to be able to use this well. I think the only value you're going to get out of this nano, mostly, is going to be that it healed her up. So, like, you healed someone 100 health with nano. That's not amazing. We really, like, the extra 300 health that nano gives, or, the heal of up to 300 that nano gives, is more like a side effect, a nice benefit. What we're really looking for out of our nanos is to actually use that damage reduction and that extra damage that they do. And I don't think you're going to get that because I think the other team is mostly in full retreat at this point.
Okay.
Okay.
I can.
اتعلم ألم.
Okay, we've wandered under point, which we don't really like. That hog could hook us at any moment.
That's why I got off. I heard you in my head.
Yep, good.
You're going to.
Okay.
Strike sequence.
Rendezvous at my position.
Sure.
This will
Okay,
help.
so we wouldn't go for that nade. Like, we see this,
Help me.
and we like our nades, but our Mercy's missing like 15 health, our Diva's missing maybe 70. We would just heal this with normal shots, right?
Right.
This will
Like,
help.
now we don't have our nade for 10 seconds, and that's annoying. Especially because, oh shoot, there's a Tracer in front of us, and we don't want to have to fight that without, like, we'd like to have both cooldowns to fight that, especially if they're both going to push us. And given what we see, what should we do right now?
We should get back to cover and away from the. We can get back to our team.
Right, if we could get back to this mini or get back to here, either of those would be a significant improvement over where we are right now. Instead, we're going to do that, and I appreciate that we hit that sleep, but...
I will keep you healed.
Good, Steve bailed you out.
What is that melody?
Okay, it takes you an eternity to take Diva down. You're probably better off trying to heal your Mercy rather than this, but hey, we got it done.
Behind you. Not bad.
Line of sight. There's a pillar right behind you that you can try to line of sight to break
yeah.
that on. Yep, all good. And if you line of sight her, Widow will eventually deal with her. Eventually.
Right.
I've come back from worse. will keep you healed.
No one can hide from my sight. Heroes never die. For a price.
Okay.
Name.
So again, you don't actually have to get closer to sleep dart people. Like your sleep dart will fly true. It'll fly straight. It's a projectile, so it has travel time, but it will fly straight if you use it from here or here just as well as it will from here. So we actually kind of like, if we're here, we can't really see what's going on with our teammates who we might need to heal. If we're back here
Okay.
or back here, we sort of have a lot more, you know, we can peek, take offensive shots, close the angle, and then we can see our whole team through the walls, right?
All right.
Which makes it really easy
Okay.
for us to pick who to heal.
Okay.
Get the mini, get the mini. The mini right here for you. Okay.
No power down. Get in there.
You better get out of the way.
Still didn't get it.
Oh, it happens. And now there's a hog that's about to give you a tough time. Instead, he found your widow. Yeah. So that could have been it right there, but we didn't, you know,
Old
say
soldiers
sleep the
are
hog
hard
on the
to kill.
approach. All good.
Get back in.
Don't worry, I got it. I'm back in the fight.
Die feet.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So we're still definitely getting pulled, not just onto the point, but forward in general a
think
little
if you
more
don't
than
want
we'd
my
like. We'd
autograph
like to
back.
have some of our teammates
Hello,
sort of
honey.
on our screen in front of us most of the time. That would generally be a good
Let
rule of
them
thumb
take.
for getting our positioning just kind of generally right. We also want to make sure that our nades, you know, we think about healing ourselves with them, or we think about purpling the enemy. We think a little less about just generically healing our team with our nades.
Okay.
Enemies in
Got
our
it.
orbit.
Got a good spot to be right here, right? Or,
Yeah, this is fine. This is
okay.
fine. You've got cover that you can play with. We're happy.
I'm under attack. I have your back.
The objective is now
You're covered.
Okay, so this is happening.
Huh?
I don't need to get close like this. I don't need to get close like this. They got the point. It's unfortunate, but they did. If anyone's going to lead the way, it's going to be your tanks. Either your tanks walking forward or your tanks like taking angles, etc. But you shouldn't be the, you know, most far forward really at any point here.
You're covered.
This can happen, and I'm totally fine with you sleeping here. I probably would have gone for a nade myself, and why would I have gone for a nade?
There's more people there.
Exactly.
And you can get
Hog-
healed.
Yeah,
Yo,
Hog's not going to get one shot. In fact, as soon as he finishes getting hit from this, he's probably going to hit take a breather, and you'll increase the healing you receive from that by a lot. You'll also take away the other Hog's breather and potentially hit the Zen as well with that nade, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's the breather that we predicted.
Oh yeah, right. Run it.
The objective must
Did you have to reload there? Oh yeah, you were low.
the objective must be
Okay, so that's okay. When you went in here, I was actually worried about the enemies that I knew were sort of retreating this way. So you probably actually didn't want to go in here. You probably, rather than standing here, wanted to back up to here, where you could heal across, or you could peek this way and shoot at the enemies. You probably didn't want to just hang out in the open here. You want to be aware of where the enemies sort of are as you're retreating there. But that's okay.
I think I was following the tanks. I guess.
Yeah, no, you totally were following the tanks, and that seems right to follow the tanks, don't get me wrong, but if we look at how this plays out... See how Soldier and Moira just retreated? And your tanks are going to point because they have to tank point. And then sure enough, their respawns, Tracer, are coming back from this direction, and their Moira is retreating this direction, which means either one of them could see you and Bastard from this direction, which isn't the end of the world, except that you're paying attention in this direction, which again isn't wrong, but if I'm paying attention in this direction, I'd rather the other direction can't pay attention to me. If I'm paying attention in this direction, no problem at all. Does that sort of make sense?
Oh yeah, totally. I got it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And if I'm going too fast, stop me. I'm trying to move a little bit faster so we can get into at least some of a second map for you, since I know you had an interest there. So do slow me down if I'm moving too fast here.
Oh, you're all good. Perfect.
Perfect.
You won't regret it.
Barrier in place.
Healing sleep.
Okay. Great. Okay, so I don't actually like scooting away over here. You backed up to here, which was fine. I'm worried about enemies coming from this direction, but what does scooting more into the open here get you?
No, nothing.
Right.
Just a better shot for everybody.
Like
That was-
maybe if you were playing around this or something, maybe if you were like, no, I don't want this, I want to have this, okay, sure. But this is just sort of like, at least before you had the option to hide from this baby diva over here. Now you might not have because you might be worried about stuff over there, but you had that option of playing either side of this corner to close an angle. Okay.
You need that.
Barrier is unstable.
Okay. So I'm probably not willing to spend my nade on this because whether I get her or whether someone else gets her, am I worried that she's going to take anyone down right now?
The diva, no.
Right. So like I could nade her, and if I nade her and you get Sigma with the same nade and you heal them up a bit, that's got some value, don't get me wrong, but it's not amazing. Like, you don't need to heal yourself with a nade right now. You're probably going to have a nade option on these guys, right? Like, sure enough, oh look, there's a nade to be hit, probably, and get 2 people right there, and that could be a bigger deal, rather than this diva who's really already in the bag. If we're doing a nade, it's really more for our Sigma than it is this baby diva at this moment.
Got it. Oh god, I totally get it. Yeah, I don't
Get back
necessarily.
in the fight.
Uh-oh, we're drifting. We're drifting. Okay. Probably don't reload there. That hog's gonna get you. And again, this hog was totally deal withable. So if we go back here. Okay, we've taken this angle. Cool. We have this corner. Sure.
Get back in the fight.
If we had a nade, we'd use it. We don't. We probably were more interested in shooting at our hog than we were at their Zen, but whatever. I don't know why we're in the middle rather than right here, where we had the option of closing the angle. But so be it. Now we're here. Okay, we need to be backing out, because we're probably not going to get anything. This fight probably isn't going to go well, but if we're going to stay in this fight, is there anything stopping these guys from coming this way and getting you right now?
No, there isn't.
Right. So you need there to be a valid distraction over here before you open the angle, something to pull their attention over here. And in the meantime, this probably isn't a good enough corner anymore. You probably need to back up to at least this, right?
Okay, yeah.
Sure. Unfortunately, you get stuck. And if you'd had this, you could heal your team. And you could peek this way and look for shots, etc. But, unfortunately, you're in the open. Yeah.
This will heal you. You're powered up. Get in there.
Okay.
Observe the barrier. The barrier no longer exists.
This is much better than a cabana on the beach.
The objective must be taken.
Okay. Team got it done. Sure. Should you be here right now?
I thought that was cover there, that little block thing on the right, or is that not covering it enough?
This?
No. The right side.
This?
No, further back.
This.
I thought it was closer to the wall
Okay,
actually.
got it. I was gonna say, if you're standing right here, I got no issue. But you're not standing right here. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought I was closer.
No problem. So, like, right here, I'm already saying, no, you're too far from your cover right now. But as this fight goes on, the situation's not getting better, is all I'll say here. So, not a big deal. If you'd been over back on this, absolutely no problem. Or if you'd even been playing from here, where you can heal point. The problem with this side is you can't heal point very well. So this side, where you can go, hey, I can shoot in, I can heal point, whatever. This would have been gravy.
Okay, got it.
Better. Right idea with the nade, just a touch slow, but she'll get faster at that reaction to people getting hooked.
Heroes never die. For a price. I'm under attack.
Can't sleep the mech when she's already self-destructing with it, but you might have been trying to sleep the baby, I'm not sure.
I think there's somebody behind them I was trying to get to.
Got it.
أنا هاخد
This
بالمنة.
is better. On this side, you've been playing cover a little more. I say as you stop playing cover. Good-ish. It's an improvement. She's full.
Healing in her.
Okay. So again, you're drifting up here really aggressive to try to get this in. Like, that's a Zen that's charged a right click in some way. So if he's aiming at you when he lets that go, and even if he's not aiming at you, we can flick it to you real quick and aim it at you. There's nothing you can do to avoid getting eliminated here, right?
Got you, yeah.
Whereas if you were back here and you saw that Zen was charging, or maybe we'll put you here, and you see that Zen's charging right click, you can go shoot. I don't know how long he's been charging that shot for. I'm just going to close the angle because I know he can't hold that charge for very long until I hear it released. And once I hear it released and, spend the travel time behind cover, then I can open and look for, is there a sleep to hit? Is there an aid to hit? But I can control whether he can eliminate that with or not. Whereas right now, I have no control over whether that eliminates me or not, do I?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Got it.
Get back in the fight.
Take cover.
Get here.
That's a bad nade, right?
We can talk about the nade in a second.
Get healed.
We can. What I actually want to do is cover this right here.
Get back in the fight.
Your hog just hooked something. So your hog is going to hook and then left click something, right?
Oh, I wasn't actually aware that he actually landed the hook there.
Oh yeah, no, hog landed the hook here. Hog landed the hook on Tracer, and I want hog to one-shot Tracer. I don't actually care who, or maybe hog landed the hook on Diva. Probably Tracer. Yeah, hog landed the hook on Tracer,
wow.
who was either about to recall or just recalled to this spot, which is great.
Yeah,
I want to make
okay.
sure, but whoever hog hooked here, look at the capture percentage right now. You guys have 92%, right?
Yeah.
So if you win this fight, you win this point. You win this map, actually. I really want to make sure Hog gets this elimination, and Hog is also my front line in front of my entire team, and the opponents have to walk past him basically right now if they want to get to the point and extend the round, right?
Right.
So let's nano him. If I nano him, his hook, he'll do 50% more damage with the follow-up to his hook, and even if his aim isn't very good, he'll probably one-shot most of the things that he could pull in. Even if he doesn't one-shot them, he's this big, scary, plus 50% damage, plus 50% damage reduction thing that the opponents have to walk past right now, right?
Right.
So let's nano him. Exactly.
I got you.
Get healed.
And yeah, that was not a great day.
Yeah.
And you
You're
see
powered
Bastion
up.
had the
Get in
same
there.
idea and went, hey, I can ult right now, and they can't do anything about it. They kind of have to walk in. So that's what you were thinking. again, I do see improvements here. I do see improvements to your positioning, but there's definitely still work to do to be like, hey, if you want to go, hey, you want to have positioning that's like a tier up, 2 tiers up, it's going to be, you're getting pulled forward when you take shots at the enemies, or pulled forward when you want to use nades or sleeps against the enemies, and you just don't have to. You can hit your sleep from here, your nade from here. You can hit your offensive shot from here, right? Like, this is fine. This is fine. We don't need to be here and then get drawn up to use our sleep, right?
Got you.
So that's still going to be a very big deal. I'd like our sleeps and nades to come out a little faster when in some situations, but that'll come with practice. That'll come with time. Like, oh, my hog hooked someone, I might want to nade it. Oh, another hog hooked my person, I might want to instantly sleep him. Or if I don't have sleep, I might instantly go for a nade, especially if he hooked in a tank. Like, I want those reactions to be faster, and I want you to let me rephrase this. If I keep this simple, based on what I see here, we're still going to work on that positioning and specifically not getting pulled forward into bad spots to use our abilities. I also want us to use those abilities a little bit better. So I don't want us to nade to heal our friends as much. I do want us to nade to heal ourselves or to purple the enemies. Okay?
Got it.
Okay, cool. So I think you've got another code that we can take a look at. If you have questions on this, I'm happy to get into it, but I think we got some of the best value out of this in terms of what you saw what those mistakes looked like. You saw, oh wait, why am I here? Oh wait, I can get punished by things for being here. So I think we got the value. So did you have another code for us?
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, let me just go ahead and type that in.
Sure.
Doing good. I didn't even type that in, actually.
Sorry, what was that? You can't type it in?
Where do I actually type it in, actually? I'm in your shared screen. Like, how do I get to back to the DM thing?
Oh, you can just read it off to me. That's fine. You can also Alt-Tab to get back to it. Either way.
It's S as in Sam, B as in boy, W as in W0, Y, K.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, for this one, it was just I wanted to see if I can go ahead and start playing ranked. These were all quick play, but this one was a better, I guess, a better opponent. There are a lot of, I guess, maybe some ranked people there. So
Okay.
I just wanted to see how the gameplay and the aim and everything stacks up and see if I can start playing ranked now. Because I was just practicing with Ana just to make sure I can
Sure.
possibly.
I mean, you can always play ranked. The ladder will just assign you to where it thinks you belong if you play ranked. So you can always play ranked. That's fine. You don't have to be like, I have to be exactly this good. What you can do, though, is say, hey, I want to play more quick play because I want to try to get better before I place because you have some attachment to what the rank is, or because you're going, I want to get better before I play simply because it gets harder to move in some ways the more ranked that you play. So
Yeah, that.
Okay.
The latter, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to get hard stuck into like bronze because I played horribly and I didn't know that I was playing. Yeah.
You don't really get like hard stuck. You can convince the algorithm that no, it is in fact time to move you, but I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Taking damage.
Okay, so should we be out here in front of our hog?
No, I just wanted to take a look at what was going on because I hadn't I think they was like spamming so much that I couldn't see what they had or what was going on out there, and I was just stuck in the room.
Sure,
I didn't know where they were or anything, so I just wanted to peek.
But you've got 54 health, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you're going, oh, I want to see what's going on, well, I don't agree with your plan to go see what's going on. But even if I did agree with it, I'd have certainly used that nade and hit all three of us with that nade, healing myself and hog before I walked out here, because then at least I'd have a little bit of health. That said, I still wouldn't walk over here. I don't care. I don't need to know what's spamming us. If I want to know what's spamming us, I'm going to press the button, on computer it would be tab, that brings up what are the opponents running, what are we running, because it's been 15 seconds into the match now, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'd do if I wanted to figure out what was spamming us. But either way, I'm not walking out here missing health like this in front of my tanks. Because it's not like anything one-shot you there. Lucio chipped you down a little more, and then Sigma finished you off. Like, that was very survivable if you just let yourself heal up first.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, we're taking a sniper battle. Okay. I'm not sure I wanted that, but okay.
Oh no, I thought that's what we were here. Like for like if there's like opportunity to like take something that's like poking down our team maybe.
Yeah, so the problem that I run into with this is she's not going to have good aim, and that's fine. But the problem that I run into is, okay, do I want to take a fair fight with her? This is a pretty fair fight that you're taking with her, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, did you say yes or no there?
Yeah, I thought it was yeah.
Yeah, why do I want to take a fair fight with her? So if I think about
to
this,
engage her and
if I think about this situation, my team's respawns are right here. We just eliminated a few of them, so they're back here on their way back from spawn. We're winning right now, aren't we? Like they
okay.
stalled us a bit, but we're winning. So if I have more people on the board than they do, I don't want to take an even fight. Like if a tracer jumped on you right now, would you go, "Oh, I'm gonna fight that tracer fair and square," or would you go, "I'm gonna shoot at that tracer while retreating towards my team"?
Probably the latter then.
Right, because you don't want a fair fight then, so why do I want a fair fight with this Widow?
I see.
So if you need to seek a shot at her to make her back off to keep her honest while your team finishes off Sigma, that's fine. But after that, I want to break line of sight on her. I don't want her able to shoot at me until my Hog's able to wander up here. And then when she's running from my Hog, I'll take shots at her because she can't one-shot my Hog. Or maybe I'll shoot at her when my Zen is discorded her and is also shooting at her type thing. Does that make sense?
Totally, I get it now. Yeah.
Okay.
Super.
Fortunately, your Zen did decide to shoot at her too.
Oh, awesome, man. I totally get what you mean. Like, yeah.
Yep. Should I be pushing forward right now?
No.
Okay. Oh, you got robbed there between the legs for that second shot.
I just saw that.
Should you be in front of your team right now?
Oh, I should be in the back, and behind cover.
Right, if you're back here, you can heal your Sombra, you can heal your Diva, you can shoot at this Orisa. You've got some good options from back here. Okay. Oh boy. And now, like, 2 to 3 enemies can see you, and we don't like that. We wanted them to run into, like, if your Hog gets hacked up here, you can go, oh, no big deal, I'll just pump heals into my Hog. It's not great, she's going to charge up a bunch of EMP charge, but it's better than you getting hacked up here, where now you can't help yourself. You can't nade, you can't sleep. Well, barely. You're hacked and you got the sleep up. We're not going to be sure how that one works, but hey.
Escorting the payload. You're going to be okay.
Thank you.
Taking damage.
Right.
You got it. You don't want to be here.
Nap time. I'm out of here.
Okay, you're winning, so we'll deal.
Ideally, in this scenario in King's Row, with the payload being where it is, I should be probably behind the statue, or probably where exactly?
So this is Dorado, not King's Row, for starters.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
no
sorry,
problem, no
bro.
problem. You could be playing from here. You could be playing from over here. Either one of these would give you could see enough of your team, you could see enough of the battlefield, and you could close the angle. You could close the angle. You could close the angle and have a health pack available. You have the threat of a flank route on all of these paths, but hey, you have a health pack available as well. So that's more how we're thinking about it, where they have to, the opponents, you want to make the opponents decide, are we going to go to the cart, or are we going to go to you that's back here? Or are we going to fight the tanks? And if you're behind the cart, the opponents have to pick, well, if we don't stop the cart and the cart keeps moving, you guys get the checkpoint. And that's bad. If we go after the cart and stop it from moving, you just get to pump heals into your D.Va and your Roadhog forever. And it's going to be really hard for the opponents to actually win, right?
Actually, yeah.
But if you play in front of your D.Va and your Roadhog, you can probably heal your Roadhog better than the Roadhog can keep enemies off you if you're in front of him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So you get 2 for the price of 1.
Yep.
Where's the fun in playing fair?
And then here, you can do this. This is the more aggressive spot. The more passive spot would be over here. So this is fine.
All right.
Oh, that's a Hanzo. I don't want this. I don't want. Okay. Now that my Junkrat's bothering him, I'm happy to do this.
Okay.
My ultimate is ready.
And if you pop up over here to throw a nade, to use a sleep dart, whatever, and then you rotate back to here to heal from here as the cart and your hog push up, that would be great. That's the type of aggression we like. So go up here, drop a nade or a sleep dart or something. Fine. Don't drift further. You just wanted to come over here to use like a power spike, one of your abilities, maybe an offensive shot, and then we rotate back to here where we've got our team sort of in front of us again. You see how that works?
Yeah.
That's
I
like,
follow.
it's not like, I don't want to say like that's the pinnacle of Ana, but that's sort of the way that Ana is played, where you take your safe positioning and you rotate up to use one of your powerful abilities on one of these more dangerous spots, but you don't want to stay there, so then you rotate back to your normal spots.
Got it.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Okay, I can live with that, Nano.
You better get out of the way.
We're kind of far forward. I'd like the cart as a wall. Yeah. Try to sleep him. Oh, almost in time. You hit the sleep, but his slam still went through, so just not quite
I
fast
didn't
enough.
even know if I hit it. I was thinking about this game. I didn't even know if I hit it or not.
Yeah,
It's still
no,
down,
you
so-
did hit the sleep. It's just, and he's sleeping now. It just wasn't
I
quite in
didn't
time.
think I got it.
Yeah, you did.
So when in the animation can he hit before he actually grabs you down? Before he actually grabs you down.
He was already slamming you. So if you look at this,
Oh, okay.
like, oh, there we go. You're lifted by the flux, and if you look at, here, we'll look at this from his perspective. See how he sort of already started bringing it, he
Oh, yeah,
brought his
his
hands
arm went
down
back.
there. Yeah, there you go.
You shall return.
At least I think he did. Maybe. Yeah, you got slam credit.
التكرار يعلم الشطار.
Okay. I don't like that nade because even if you practice it, even if you hit something with it, you did hit something with it, there's unlikely to be follow-up. But okay. Oh boy. So this is what we're talking about, of like, this makes a good aggressive surprise angle of I'm going to drop my nade. Is your team really ready to fight these guys if you hit this nade right now, though? Okay.
No.
There you go. So you're really just risking getting yourself eliminated and then your team having to wait on you. Okay.
I have your back.
Reasonable. We're a little close to the opponents. I would probably much prefer us to be, say, down here where Zen is. Zen has the right idea, but that's okay. So again, we're doing this. Team's winning. Or, well, team got a couple limbs there from the tire. We'll take it. Don't necessarily want to throw a deep nade when there's an opponent right in our face, because we might want that nade to defend ourselves against, yes, it's a
Okay.
Lucio, but all good. And now you're just sort of like trying to push into this Lucio, and that's weird. We were much happier, you know, generally speaking, we'd have been happier back here. We might not be right now because this Pharah's here. On the other hand, the Pharah's getting hooked. Whatever, we'll do. And we hit our sleep, fine. Nade. So you threw that nade at her, and I noticed you've done this. You actually want to real quick tilt looks down pretty often in these situations. Because I'm actually, while I'd love to hit her with my nade, I'm more interested in hitting myself with the nade than hitting her with the nade.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure I live for a little bit longer. If I live for a little bit longer, maybe someone else will show up and save me, right?
Right. I didn't look at my health bar. Wasn't
Okay. Okay. So I notice in general you're not paying a ton of attention to your health, so you just tilt down real quick and you throw the nade, making sure that you've tilted enough that the explosion will get you. If it gets her too, great. But okay.
Got it.
That's what I was talking about is the second point, sort of about your nades in the first game, where it was, I really want your nades to be either getting purples or healing yourself or both. I would like more health awareness and willingness to self-nade to heal yourself. Like, I'd like that quite a bit more.
It's
That's not-
imprinted in my brain right now.
What's that?
I'm imprinting it in my brain right now.
Perfect, perfect. Now, as you get better, you'll find purples are more and more fight changers, but for now, let's really, you know, I think you're just not realizing when you're missing health.
Sure.
That was hopeful. D.Va would really like some heals. D.Va would really like some heals. D.Va would really like some heals right behind you. If you heal D.Va, D.Va will probably boost her up here and go fight this Pharah for you at some point. But okay.
Got greedy. That was my fault.
Mother knows
All
best.
good.
Heal up. You're powered up.
Didn't
Get
really
in
need
there.
that. Okay. Okay. Good thing you get that hook.
Get back in the fight.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Go.
Okay.
I'll keep you here.
I don't actually have time for the rest of this map here necessarily because I want to give you time for questions. And I think 2 checkpoints, like we could do another fight on the next point here, but I don't think we're going to be able to finish the next point based on what I see here. And I do have a 7 o'clock. So when I look at this in terms of when I'm looking at things, when I'm understanding what you're up to, etc., I think this game was probably worse than your previous game for your positioning. Do you feel like you saw the same thing there?
More or less, but I guess my question is because the fights are ever changing and kind of dynamic. So it's like, okay, we're on cover, but then the cover kind of would change because the fight's changing
Yep.
the location. So I'm like, okay, how do I get a line of sight while still maintaining cover around structures that are there or the payload, etc. So it's like, okay, I hear you, but it's like, okay, but the fight's over here now, and I can't see this person. And I'm like,
Yep.
okay, yeah. So hindsight is 2020, but I totally hear you with the actively changing the positioning and things in that nature. But it's like, I guess more or less my inexperience with the maps and etc. and where the covers are with
And where the health packs
changing
are.
fights. Yeah, definitely, and the
All
health
good.
packs also. Yeah.
So that's fine. That's not a big deal. It's the sort of thing where it's I'm not going to come up with the right word for it, but yes, this is the sort of thing where we go, hey, this was good cover, and then an opponent showed up over here, and this isn't such good cover anymore, and now you're going to have to rotate, and your rotation might suck to have to go to here or something like that, or your rotation might suck to have to go to here. And that's life. Like, we try to predict that those things are going to happen. We try to track where the opponents are, because if we track where the opponents are, an opponent showing up here and suddenly making our cover worthless is a lot less likely, because we knew that was a possibility, so we were playing from here in the first place. Does that sort of, you with me so far?
Yeah.
So, like, it's aspirational in terms of this, you're not going to, at your level, track where all 12 people are on the board at all times. It's just not going to happen. But you are going to start trying to track more people. And I'm not saying that you seriously get into that yet. What I do want you to get into is have your cover against where the fight's taking place. And you can adjust your cover as the fight moves on. You might go, hey, I was using this cover. Then I switch up to this cover. Then someone dives me, a Tracer, a Genji, whatever. So I try to run over here, whatever. And now I'm playing from here. I'm playing from here. And that's fine. Oh, we're getting deeper into the fight. Okay, I'll move up and I play from here. I'm not going to be worried if you're rotating from cover to cover, and sometimes you get caught when you're rotating from piece of cover to piece of cover. I am going to get not upset, but be more annoyed if you're like just circling here. If you're here and you walk up to sleep someone and then you walk back or don't even walk back type thing. Does that sort of make sense in terms of I totally get that the battlefield changes. Good. Okay. So, like, I want that. I want this real focus on cover. I want you to be careful about. There's a couple things that I want to, like, trigger in your brain when you're thinking about this cover thing. That, hey, you need to think about it again. And one could be, hey, your cover doesn't work anymore, sure, whatever. But one of these things is going to be, did you get ahead of your tanks? Or we'll call this 1A. Did you get ahead of your tanks? If you did, if either or both of your tanks are ahead of you, you probably need to readjust your positioning, right? You probably need to back up or find different cover or something. So I want this to sort of serve as a reminder for you of, oh shoot, where's my cover? Fair?
Yes, totally, yeah.
Perfect. I want that to be like a flag in your mind of, oh wait, I need to think about my cover again. So that's what I'm going to say there to try to help you. The 1B would sort of be like, did I just use an ability? Because I think there's something going on here where you're getting close to usabilities. We can see that. And then you're you're getting close to using abilities and then you're backing off, or then you're not thinking about backing off. And I don't actually want you walking closer to usabilities in the first place, but I can see you're doing it. So this should be the second flag in your mind of, did I just use an ability? Do I still have good cover? You with me?
Okay. Yeah.
When it actually comes to your ability usage, that's going to come from going up on the angle. So say you were playing on this truck here, healing your team from behind, and then you might wander up to here to use a nade, and then you might wander back to the truck. Because this is a little more aggressive, right? You're a little closer to the action, but you've still got cover. And it's not, oh, I walked up like this to use a nade. You see the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. Or, it could be something like, okay, I'm healing from here, You wouldn't do this rotation. It's too long. But I come over here to hit a sleep dart, and then I rotate back. You wouldn't do that rotation, but that's conceptually it. A better example might be, I'm healing my team from here. I rotate over here to hit a nade, and now I go back to healing my team that's in front of me again. That might be a more standard way to think about that. That's what you're looking for. But the second thing I'd actually give you as its own real second topic would be, I want you to pay a little more attention to your health and be a little more willing to nade yourself for your own sustain. You're going to survive longer. With cover and with some self-healing, you're going to survive longer, you're going to get to play the game more, and you're going to get to have more of an impact as a result. Even if you don't get quite as many purples off or quite as many sleeps off, we're going to wean you back into those things. We're talking about taking these angles to go do those things, but we're going to start by getting you a little safer. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
Just nade myself as well. Okay.
Yeah. Then do you have any questions? Anything you want to get into here? Anything that didn't make sense?
No, everything was fine. So you just say I take those points and I can play placement games whenever. So it doesn't matter, huh?
I mean, you can play placement games whenever. It's not the end of the world. Yes, the algorithm, if you spend a lot of time playing bronze games, will decide that you're bronze. But if you make improvements, you will reteach the algorithm to go, oh no, you're winning more games than this and you have to move up. It just might be a little more resistant at first. You're going to have to more seriously prove to it. But everyone faces that. That's just the more games you play, the more sure it is that it's correct. But you can absolutely still convince it because it recognizes relatively quickly, like, wait a second, you keep winning games that we mathematically expected you were going to, this was a 52-48 game and you won it on the 48 side. Huh. And then you do that a couple more times and it goes, okay, fine. Have it your way. And it gets very uncertain and it starts moving you around again. But that's all good.
That's so totally cool. All right. I really appreciate that.
No problem. Okay. Then I'm going to call it here.